The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening, all. I'm Shashina Rule-Farquharson. As always, it is so great to have you with us. Topping news, Resorts World Bimini, along with stakeholders in that community, hosting a town meeting to share some vital information with residents on a new mega development slated for that northern island. The Member of Parliament for Bimini also on hand to participate in that meeting. Megan Shepard reports.
President of Resorts World Bimini, Missy Lawrence, says that the resort is currently in agreement with Virgin Voyages, a new yet major cruise line. The resort is planning to extend their current cruise port to accommodate the new cruise line. This new partnership, in addition to even more developments at the resort, is expected to greatly benefit residents of that northern island.
Short term, I think in the first year we're expecting around 185,000 additional visitors, and in years after that, well, close to 400,000 additional visitors a year. So it's a lot. The good thing about Virgin is they're actually going to stay for 12 hours, which is unusual for a port call. They'll be coming in around 10 o'clock in the morning and not leaving till 10 p.m. at night. It's going to be an explosion of energy into the island. In addition, we're building a beach club, and Virgin will use that beach club exclusively as part of their packaging for their ship. In addition, we'll be able to use the beach club when they're not in town to sell for packages and for passes for other cruise passengers and for other resort guests and homeowners, etc., that come to the island.
Lawrence says the goal is to uplift both the resort and the entire island with a $75 million investment.
It includes the extension of the jetty, the beach club. We acquired land to put the beach club on, and to improve the sea dock for excursions, and to add some transportation vehicles. So as we're bringing in 2,700 people, we can get them around to the resort and to places where they can be picked up to go to town and do Shorex, etc.
Member of Parliament for West Grand's Bahama and Bimini, Patricia Parker Edgecombe, optimistic that this partnership will further thrust the island of Bimini as a major destination to visit as well as conduct business.
There is no doubt that this project will work in the best interest of the community because it will be bringing with it more tourist arrivals here to the island. What we want to do is just ensure that when that happens, Biminites and residents are prepared. This is the most important aspect of it all because there's no benefit in a project coming just to come if the persons on the ground aren't benefiting. And this is going to be a relationship that is symbiotic, I do believe, for those investing in Bimini and also those that are residing here.
Lawrence outlines the timeline for completion.
The cruise port should be done before the end of the year. We don't have heavy use of it until next year in March of 2020. Then Virgin Voyages will start making their first voyages here in the end of March of 2020. That's when the beach club will be completed as well. So we expect Virgin Voyages to be 74 cruises in the first year, and we also already have a commitment from another cruise line for 20, and we're of course trying to sell each of the additional days out. We will probably in the first year goal to have three port calls a week. It will take some time to build that, and then in 2021 we hope to be consistently at 3 cruise ports a week, if not 4.
Megan Shepard, ZNS Network News.
In other news, the U.S. State Department's Bureau of Educational and Cultural Affairs is launching the Academy for Women Entrepreneurs, a new program supporting women entrepreneurs around the world. The first informational meeting taking place at the Sir Charles Hayward Library. Ramiko Knowles was there.
The White House-led initiative on global women's economic empowerment is designed to empower women worldwide to fulfill their economic potential, and in doing so, create conditions for increased stability, security, and prosperity for all. Public Affairs Officer Penny Reckamer says over a 13-week period, they're looking to train some 80 women in entrepreneurship.
President Trump's speech, he mentioned a development and prosperity initiative, and this is part of that initiative. And what the idea is to empower women through entrepreneurship, because as we know, if women are empowered and women are making their own income, it adds to the stability and the prosperity and the security of their country.
During the meeting, Reckamer notes that great insight was given by the women attending about the state of Grand Bahama. She says they also expressed what they are looking to gain from the program.
We were talking about internationalization on the big scale, and we were talking as simple as how do I start a business plan? And so these are all things that are going to be covered through those 13 weeks. And I was just talking to a great group of women right now who are talking about, what's happening here with entrepreneurship, what they want to get from the course if they are chosen to participate. So it's been a great discussion and a great evening.
Once completed, those who would have attended the 13-week program will have a business plan and will be given a certificate. They will also possess the ability to launch a business. In addition, Reckamer says one or two of the women will be given seed money to fund their business. Rumiko Knowles, ZNS Network News.
Switching gears now, investigations continuing into claims by the power company of an apparent electricity diversion scheme. The power company claims that some customers were either connected directly to GB Power's power system via a meter bypass, or the meters were tampered with to underread actual usage. The Cooper family, operators of the various fast food restaurants, were initially questioned by police in connection with the electricity diversion, but have since been characterized as victims of fraud. ZNS News recently spoke with Grand Bahamas Police Chief about the role of the police in this ongoing situation. Italia Hall has more.
The Assistant Commissioner of Police, Samuel Butler, says the police department must be very careful with calling or referring to the names of persons who are not before the courts. He says he can confirm that there were complaints made by the Grand Bahama Power Company, which involves several business establishments on the island, adding that whenever a complaint is made, no one is exempted from the law.
Certainly, a complaint was made by Grand Bahama Power Company to further probe and investigate. We had to talk to several persons who have been interested party to the complaints.
He's asking persons on Grand Bahama to be careful of what they engage in, because if a complaint is made about any business entity or residence, the police will launch an investigation.
I believe that we've all heard the appeal from the power company, asking persons that if they thought they've engaged individuals with requests to assist with power regulations or suppression of power, to come in and talk to the power company so that you can be compliant with the rules and regulations of the power company.
He also confirmed that the police department is still in the process of talking to individuals to gain information on the situation. And when asked if they are concerned about a possible lawsuit from persons who feel as if they were targeted by police, he says when a complaint is made and a suspect is named, they are usually displeased, but it is the nature of the job.
When the police stay within the line of their authority, we're never concerned whether a person use a right to their due process, even to a point if they wanted to file a civil suit against the entity of the Royal Bahamas Police Force. We understand our rules of engagement. We seek to serve and operate by them. And we love that we are in a free democracy, that people can pursue their rights.
But the police chief says he hopes that persons take a second look at the work the police department does and continue to trust them. Italia Hall, ZNS Network News.
Meantime, a total of 6 persons arraigned before the magistrate court today in connection with the murder of Charles Roll Jr. Roll's death is classified as Grand Bahamas' second murder for the year.
6 persons were arraigned on murder-related charges. 23-year-old Notorious Taylor, seen here in the light blue shirt, 20-year-olds Kevan Wilkinson in the dark blue shirt, Kyle Forbes in the light blue jacket, and a 17-year-old juvenile, all of Pioneers Loop, were arraigned before Deputy Chief Magistrate Debbie Ferguson for murder. It is alleged that the young men caused the death of Charles Roll Jr. The males were not required to enter a plea and bail was denied. Meantime, 42-year-old Tennille Wims and 36-year-old D'Amico Ballou, seen here in the black jacket, also of Pioneers Loop, were also arraigned before Deputy Chief Magistrate Ferguson for abetment to commit murder. They too were not required to enter a plea and bail was denied. The matter was adjourned to June 20th for preliminary trial. They were remanded to the Bahamas Department of Correctional Services until such time. According to reports, on Saturday, March 16th, officers were called to a service road off Pioneers Way near Coral Road, where Charles Roll was found dead with visible injuries to the upper body. Roll, 32, is the son of a police officer. Jamila Mizik, ZNS Network News.
You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Stay with us. There's more news right after the break.